Tell us a little bit about the interactions you have with people and kind of how you've behind the scenes kind of gone above and beyond to help people. Maybe you guys have a couple stories to tell.
I just think about enrollment. People are overwhelmed with the process, so they're not good with technology. So we kind of bring that element. Not that you're going to come to me and Carrie for tech support, but we can help them get through that. I think people can navigate really well with some help. We speak good Midwestern English. People like that. So we're able to help a lot of people with the tech, just kind of moving forward through the process. But also there's additional programs that people are eligible for that they don't know about. And that's just one of those things to where if they sign up online or they go through one of our local support, government funded programs that, we'll just we won't name them, but they're not going to enroll people in the Medicare savings program. They're not going to enroll people in extra help. These are programs, if you qualify for, they just don't fall in your lap. So we're going the extra mile asking those questions and then helping them apply, because it doesn't, if you're not eligible, then you don't get it, but at least you've done everything you can to reduce the cost for health insurance. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that Dan and I start with, we grew up 8 kids in the family, not a lot of money, kind of used to not having much, and so we deal with a lot of people that they can't afford to have a financial planner. No financial planner would look and say, there's no money here to invest in anything. What can we do there? So we deal all of the work. We also have attorneys, doctors, the whole 9 yards for clients. But we look at everybody the same. That is, we're going to treat them right. And at the end of the day, and we just have, just so many stories where people have come to us. They're like, one guy came to me and he had tears in his eyes and just said, I know the question I'm going to ask you're going to say no to. I take a really high-end prescription drug, and if I don't take this, I'm going to die. Mm-hmm. And I know you're going to tell me Medicare is not going to cover it. And so I haven't slept like in a week worried about this meeting. And I looked and said, yeah, we're going to cover it. Then you're going to be just fine. And at the end, he's like, man, I wish I could just give you a hug. And I'm like, get over here, give me a hug, that kind of a deal. So we just do that. Literally just helped a couple yesterday that are going to just moving down to Arizona to help their kids, but they're finishing up their jobs. So we got them all lined up, got them on Medicare, got them on Social Security, did all this stuff. And she just said, hey, Carrie, would you mind if we handed out your cards to other people in our town? Mm-hmm. You've just been so helpful to us, but we don't want to overburden you with people. And I'm like, no, that's what we do. That's what we do. We love to help people. So hand out my cards. So we get a lot of people that say, hey, hopefully you don't mind I told so-and-so about you guys because you've been so good to us.
Yeah.
I think that's a weekly thing. We could sit here and go story after story, but this is a common one, and it isn't just because out of the kindness of our heart or whatever, but it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. So I have a contact, the Department of Social Services. Someone's coming on, they just qualified for disability and they're eligible for Medicare, and they're like, Dan, they have nobody, right? There's just nobody in their family who can help. Would you help them? Well, so those happen all the time. The one young lady has a couple kids and tripped and broke her ankle. Well, she goes to the doctor and they give her crutches. She said, I can't get around crutches in my small apartment with my kids. Mm-hmm. Dan, is there anything you can do? Well, we have a contact just through here in Sioux Falls that we got her a knee scooter that Medicare and her insurance wouldn't cover, but it's going the kind of the extra distance. And those are the things that really make it worthwhile. It's a ministry. It's serving people. If you can, then do it. And so I think that's what people don't realize is that's what you get with working with a local advisor. Get to know your agent. If you don't have an agent, get one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say along those lines. We had somebody out in Mitchell, South Dakota that needed some similar thing, and they're like, "How are we going to get it to her?" And I'm like, "I can just drive it out there." And they're like, "No, that's driving all the way out to Mitchell." I said, "Yeah, that's not a problem." And they said, no, we're going to send somebody to meet you halfway or whatever. We figured it out how we're going to do it, but we don't hesitate. As far as if there's some way we can help, and obviously we don't get paid for anything that we don't expect to get paid, but it's our ministry. It's what we do.
Yeah, that's awesome.